We're back.
Yes, sir.
We're back after extended vacation.
Yep.
We're back to talk about everything football. And I wanted to clear the air about a few things. So I guess the first thing we'll talk about is the rankings, the stats, and the stars.
Oh, man.
Because
man.
after the end of the season, you know, that's when a lot of those rankings and things really started coming out.
Yeah.
And a lot of those things are dropping right now.
Right.
And there was a lot of aggravation out there.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, I caught some of that too,
Yeah.
right? So what's your take on it?
Shame on the ranking systems, right? Those camps have the invitees.
Right.
Then they have the regular other players who not on the list, who the organization's not pushing.
Right.
No, these people go to these camps and then they leave and they feel like, well, my kid performed very well or just as well as anybody else, but they make the other kids the MVPs. It's just terrible, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I just call it a money draw. They just pulling money from parents, man.
Well, no. This is okay. I cannot say that its intention is to be a money draw, even though quite naturally these are grown people involved in it. They're doing this full time, so they're gonna have to make money, right?
Of course. For me, we talking about ranking system. I hate to be going everywhere, but shame on the ranking system.
Well, no.
Shame on the ranking system, man. What do you think in the ranking system? What should a ranking system have?
Number one, no ranking system is any good unless it has measurables that everybody can see and understand. You shouldn't look at this guy and say, he's a 4-star. And you're like, why is he a 4-star? Why is he a 3-star? You should be able to say, this is why, immediately. Mm-hmm. There should be no, but who knows, right? Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. But again, when it goes down to ranking them, you say, how do you do it? Well, okay, size, right? Mm-hmm. First. That's one. Number 2, speed, strength, agility. Mm-hmm. Bam. Right? Stats. Mm-hmm. How does he actually perform? Bam. See, all those things I can quantify. I can say, yep, and just check them off, right? Everything else is arbitrary to me. So
I just think it right now, because of the way high school football is, NIL, opportunities. There's a lot of new organizations popping up from nowhere doing rankings.
Right.
Becomes frustrating.
Right.
To followers, parents, athletes, schools.
Right.
I mean, a lot of these organizations are doing themselves an injustice.
Yeah.
Because they riding the hype.
Right.
247, Rivals, On3 will tell you if anybody's connected to guys who actually analyze or evaluate players, they miss players.
We do stats, rankings, and we check out a lot of players. And it's easy for us to miss them too. But we know that it takes a lot more time than just looking at somebody else's page.
Of course.
Right?
Or just film.
Right.
The way I look at it with the rankings, all the different organizations, I think everybody becoming opportunists.
Right.
Newer organizations have rankings. You never heard of these entities up until maybe last year or the year before.
Well, these things are very relevant now. I mean, high school students are within the next 5 or 6 months. High school students will be able to make money off their name, image, and likeness.
Right.
I wanted the title of this podcast to be "It's on You" because with Zybex Sports, right, we don't use the hand timers. Everything works off the bracelets, right? So when they line up,
it's laced.
Yeah, we just tell them it's on you, right? And they go whenever they're ready to go. So the stars and the rankings and who's in control of what, well, that's kind of on the parents, right? it's on them, because at the end of the day, they're the ones giving credibility and validity to all these different people.
Right. I think a lot of these organizations, they riding the hype.
Absolutely.
They really don't know. They going off of what's already out there, or somebody that's already
Refer to them, right? I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. And unfortunately, in this, like everything else, it becomes a situation of who you know
right.
and what you know. It becomes a matter of information, right? So again, it's on you to know that information. Unfortunately, until now, there hasn't been anybody who's trying to provide this information to the parents and to the athletes and to the communities and to the individual coaches. Because at the end of the day, these teams, these organizations, everybody's got to join together to make this thing work. I'm going to give you a good example. Decorian Moore. He is the #1 rated wide receiver in Texas. In the class,
But they even have him on several as the #1 player in 2025.
Okay, well, okay. Yeah. So, this is one thing. Number one, Dallas Metroplex is excellent at promoting themselves, their players, their tournaments,
Right.
the things that they do.
Right.
They're very supportive of one another.
Right.
And they're very progressive, right? They're not depending on the way things always were. They're making new things happen. They're not saying, oh, the coaches ain't giving us any relationships. They're going to form relationships with the coach. Right? So they're putting things in place to set their kids up for success. So their kids are armed and dangerous.
Well, they have an advantage too.
That's a severe advantage.
They have an advantage also. They have Dave Campbell, which is up there.
Right.
Okay, so the momentum is going.
Right.
Dave Campbell,
Yes.
okay, the momentum is there. The momentum is in Dallas, something we talked about.
Right.
Unfortunately, we know Houston market.
Right.
The players in Houston,
Right.
just as good as Dallas. Tell me, we back to this ranking thing, which is, pretty frustrating.
Yeah. I want
Like, what are the most important things?
Because first, as an athlete, especially a youth athlete, but an athlete, period, if you're not constantly getting better, you're getting behind. That's just what it is.
Right.
So you have to know where you are so you can constantly build on that.
And you gotta have trainers
Yes.
that can identify where you are, where you need to be, where you slacking, where
How do you
need
know
to-
how do you know you got the right trainer if there's no way of testing the kid for real?
Right.
Oh, well, I think he's getting better. Please understand this. Your kid is going to get better every month anyway because they're
getting older.
Yes.
Bigger.
They're
stronger,
going to
and
get
faster,
better.
Yeah.
They're going to get better just naturally.
But is he getting better as his peers?
Right.
That's really.
Is the
see,
trainer
you can
breaking
see-
down body function? Because
Right.
at the end of the day, this becomes a matter of body control. It's not just about speed and power, it's about controlling that speed and
Right.
power. Right? Knowing what to do and
Right.
how to do it.
Right.
And it takes a particular kind of trainer.
Man.
There are tons of tremendous athletes going out for the same position.
Right.
Right? The
What they
focus
look-
for the parent should be the things that they can work with. Now, there's nothing you can do about your height, wingspan, handspan, those things, right? That is one of the primary things that they're looking for. But the other 4 things can take you past that. If you got great grades, if your field performance is fantastic, if your stats are fantastic, and you get up there and you perform with the top,
It's a no-brainer.
it's a no-brainer.
Oh yeah, it's a no-brainer for colleges too.
You see, and that's how our system works.
I
It's
got you.
quantifiable. There's no more, well, I think my kid did pretty good. No, you know how your kid did because you have a piece of paper that's showing you this is how he did.
Right. With
This
a
is how she
breakdown.
did.
With a breakdown.
With the breakdown
of
of
where they at, percentile for that age group or that class.
all the way down.
Yeah, all the way down.
By nationwide, by class, by position.
Wow.
It breaks it all down.
What they
for you.
need to work on.
Absolutely.
The first, the split time, the 10, the 20, it tells how they did, and you can see based on those ranges where they need to work.
You can
the
see.
start, the middle, the finish.
Oh, you know this
Yeah,
is a
the
no-brainer,
pick
bro.
up. Yeah. It's a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer. If I had a kid in sports right now, I would be all over the combine training.
Yeah.
Because I already know. That's right there. You have kids, look. You have kids who may not be as good on the field, but if that combine is off the charts, they already know they can work with.
That's the key. Parents, you need to understand the coaches are looking for something they can work with.
Right.
And Omar just said it. Okay, you might not be able to do anything about your height or anything else. But if they have everything else that they can work with, they're going to take
They'll find a place.
They'll
find a place for you.
sure.
They'll
For
find
sure.
a place for you because
sure.
they know you're athletic enough to do something and contribute.
But this requires work. And this work can't be found just competing against other athletes.
Right.
You have to go home and to yourself and know what to train on, know how to make yourself better.
But it's also important to make sure you give, and coaches too. And sometimes, man, I know, sports is a team sport. We all play sport. But the thing about it is, sometimes kids have to sacrifice for teams because they just loaded in order to win the ship. But you have to put your kid in the right position to be able to excel.
That's right.
Period. I see some people, they got kids. Come on, man. He 5'8" in high school playing quarterback. He may be superior athlete. He can be an athlete. He can get under center. He can play in the slot. He can get back in the DB or play a little safety, whatever. Running back, whatever. Kick, return, field.
Yeah.
But they stuck on being quarterback. He ain't going nowhere from that 5'8".
That 5'8" is hard to get up off of.
Even 5'9".
That's
5'10".
That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's rough.
But you have to, that's parents' choice. But, you have to put your kids in the right position to succeed. And you have to be honest with yourself. And by doing the combine, it helps you understand.
Yes.
It helps you understand
Yes.
kids' true ability.
Yes.
That's part of the aspect.
And you'll know when you do our combines that it was fair, it was just, everything was exactly done the same way every time with everybody. There's no way that I can juke the numbers on behalf of anybody.
Right.
Nor would I'm certified. There's no way that I'm going to play with anybody's numbers. You understand?
I got you. Well, hey, I'm excited. I think it's a real good thing that athletes have an opportunity and families have an opportunity to get out there and test their kids. And I would encourage families, kids, to go ahead and start doing this testing because it's going to identify their strengths and weaknesses. As long as you have the trainers that can enhance your kids, without a doubt they should get better. And if you don't have the trainers, the great thing about the testing, you have elite trainers on staff ready.
Because what we've been doing is we're going looking for the best trainers, right? Based on our criteria, we're looking for people who can perform. So we're going out and we're testing kids for free, and then we'll retest and we'll know about the trainers. So everything's about the trainers.
Hey, I'm excited. Can't wait until next season. And as we end every segment, numbers don't lie, people do. Peace.